Good morning, greetings, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 29 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human body is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you. We welcome your calls on the Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you have tried to get on board in the past and have been confronted with full lines, now's your opportunity. Try to call in early, and we'll get to as many calls as possible at 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised in the program, you can head over to brightsideben.com, order products right off the website, likewise criticalhealthnews.com and pharmacistben.com. You can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team. For a one-time $25 fee, you can start yourself a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products, and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program and help change lives with nutrition and nutritional supplementation. You can sign up right off our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, or you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470. 866-735-2470. And if you're interested in purchasing any of our Truth Treatment skin health products, including our Retinol 5% gel made with vitamin C and no preservatives, no fragrances, most folks notice results within 1 or 2 doses of the Retinol 5% gel. Truth Serum, Truth Balm, Omega-6 Healing Cream, likewise. You can find out all about those at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Okay, we're talking fats, EFAs, fatty acids that act like vitamins. They're basically essential like vitamins. In fact, they used to be called vitamins. Omega-3s and omega-6s, they used to be called vitamin F. Some people still call them vitamin F. They were discovered in the 1920s. They didn't really know what they were, but they knew they were essential. They knew if they took them out of the diet, diseases would result. And in many ways, our health crises today may be at least partially, anyway, related to the fact that we're not getting EFAs in our foods. We're not getting vitamin F in our foods. E for essential means if you don't get them, you're in trouble. Skin diseases are especially likely if you are deficient in EFAs or if your EFAs are out of balance, as we've been talking in the past. EFA balance is really important. Now, vitamin F, or EFAs, are used in a structural sense to make cells, the outer coating, the very infinitesimally thin layer of oil that coats all our cells. That's a pretty mind-boggling concept on its own. Cells as tiny as they are, 100 of them can fit end to end on the head of a pin. As tiny as cells are, they're covered with a little sliver of oil that's maybe 1,000 times smaller than the cell itself. And that oil is largely composed of EFA. Omega-6 EFA for the most part, although in the brain and in the nervous system and in the eyes, it's more omega-3 EFAs. Between EFAs, essential fatty acids, and cholesterol, yes, demonized cholesterol, you have the major components of the tiny little sliver of oil that covers all our cells, the so-called cell membrane, which is the determining factor in the health of a cell. We say all the time on this program, all disease is cell disease, but more specifically, all disease is cell membrane disease, and given that the membrane is made up of essential fatty acids, at least partially, it makes sense to make sure you're getting enough essential fatty acids, and that means supplementing with your ultimate EFAs and your EFA plus. Now, certainly vitamin F is critical when it comes to health, is critical. Its role in cell membrane structure is critical, but the main role of these essential fatty acids of vitamin F is inflammation and anti-inflammation, being activated into eicosanoids, which are the active form of essential fatty acid, eicosanoids. And there's a bunch of them. Prostaglandins are probably the most famous. But if all diseases have an element of inflammation, in fact, that really is disease, inflammation being protection, inflammation being the manifestation of the immune system. If I had to cut to the chase on diseases, folks, degenerative diseases, that would be it, inflammation. There's no disease without inflammation, which is protection. How interesting is it that all our chronic degenerative diseases are the manifestations of a protective response? The real question to ask if you're dealing with a degenerative health crisis is, what is your body protecting itself from? What is the offending agent? When you have a defensive response, i.e. inflammation, logic dictates you just ask, why is my body defending itself? What is the offending agent? That's really what medicine should be about, is getting rid of the offending agent. Not causing more damage with drugs and surgery, but figuring out why is the body in this defensive inflammatory mode. One of the major reasons the body goes into this inflammatory mode is because of a lack of balance between omega-3s and omega-6s, anti-inflammation and inflammation, essential fatty acids. So you have the defensive response, but you also have the nutritional deficiency response, specifically in omega-3s. Although omega-6 deficiencies are probably an issue as well. Part of the problem with understanding how significant a factor EFA deficiency is because nobody really knows how much EFAs you need. And EFA needs vary with the day, with the month, with what you eat, with what's going on in your life. So pretty much you just want to assume, considering these things are non-toxic, you just want to assume that you're deficient in EFAs and supplement accordingly with your ultimate EFAs or your ultimate EFA plus. If you want to slow down the aging process, if you want anti-inflammation, think essential fatty acids. Another problem with eicosanoids, and one of the reasons why we really don't know a heck of a lot about these, certainly the medical profession doesn't really recognize eicosanoids, although, as I said yesterday, many of the drugs we use work with eicosanoids. Tylenol, aspirin, Motrin, naproxen, pain pills in general, or eicosanoid kinds of drugs. But the real activity of eicosanoids, we really don't know exactly what's going on with these things, and partially that's because they only last fractions of a second in the body. They're ephemeral. Boom, they're there, and boom, they're not, which is a good thing because they're so powerful. One of the reasons eicosanoid modifying drugs like aspirin and Tylenol and Motrin and methotrexate, which they use for cancer and for rheumatoid arthritis, and the abortion pill Cytotec, misoprostol. One of the reasons these drugs are so problematic and side effect ridden and even deadly is because of how they affect eicosanoids. They make eicosanoids last longer than they're supposed to, or they make eicosanoid effects last longer than they're supposed to. In nature, eicosanoids are supposed to be on and then off. They're active and then they're gone. But when we use drugs, we throw that off. Drugs artificially extend the effects of eicosanoids, and that's one of the reasons why they're so-called benign drugs like aspirin and Tylenol can have side effects, lots of side effects, including death. Aspirin overdose is actually one of the leading causes of death. I was just reading here an article on Tylenol yesterday. Somebody posted something on Facebook that I thought was kind of interesting. Tylenol actually, they're finding out now, affects your brain, affects mood. None of this should be a surprise. Side effects to Tylenol and to aspirin and to these kinds of eicosanoid-affecting drugs should not be a surprise because eicosanoids are so powerful and so ubiquitous, and they affect so many different systems. Here's the article here. New research surfaces spelling bad news for Tylenol. It doesn't just kill pain, it actually affects your mood. Participants who took acetaminophen in a study reported feeling fewer strong emotions when they were shown pleasant or very disturbing photos. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Our phone number 844-236-6010. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products, please call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine Liquid Nutritional Supplementation. Always best to go liquids. Bypasses any digestive issues that you have. They go right to work, and they work rapidly as well. That's why folks get such quick results from the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, usually within 1 or 2 doses. If you're interested in purchasing any of our Truth Treatment products, including our Retinol 5% gel, you can head over to truthtreatments.com. We also have a blog at truthtreatments.com, which we update regularly with news stories, as well as blog posts on skincare and skin health issues. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. We're talking about eicosanoids and disease, eicosanoids and aging, eicosanoids and cancer. Cancer is in many ways an eicosanoid issue. That's why they give you aspirin. That's why they suggest you take aspirin as a protection for certain cancers, including colon cancer. The anti-inflammatory effects of aspirin work with eicosanoids. However, the best way to work with your eicosanoids from a non-drug fashion is food. In fact, nothing highlights the relationship between health and diet more clearly than the link between anti-inflammation, inflammation, and what we eat. And this is all about eicosanoids. It's all about vitamin F. It's all about omega fats. If you want to modify your eicosanoids, eat eicosanoids. At least eat the precursors, which are the omega fats. Now, it's true there are cofactors that are involved in how the body uses these things, how the body converts your omega-3s and omega-6s into active forms, eicosanoid forms. The B vitamins in particular, vitamin B3, niacin, and vitamin B6, pyridoxine. Those are stupendously important in how the body makes eicosanoids or activates essential fatty acids. Zinc and magnesium are two very important, probably the two most important minerals. In fact, probably the B vitamins and vitamin C. Vitamin C is also important for helping make inflammatory and anti-inflammatory eicosanoids. I think it was yesterday we spoke to a gentleman who wanted to know about nutritional strategies for anti-inflammation, ways that you could take care of inflammatory pain with nutrition. And this is one of the reasons why vitamin C is so important. Again, very common nutritional deficiency. All nutrients are deficient in the standard American diet in the SAD. But vitamin C in particular, and the B complex, because they're water soluble, we lose them, and you can't make you can't activate essential fatty acids. You can't make healthy eicosanoids without these things. So get on your BTT, get on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. There's really no reason when you have a supplement like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine that's packed, loaded with the B complex and vitamin C for anybody to suffer from deficiencies. And take your EFAs with your BTT. Take them together. They work together. The whole Healthy Start Pack works together. Get on the Healthy Start Pack. If you just want something simple, get on the Healthy Start Pack. That's the beauty of the longevity products, is they're simple. They're easy. If you want to put together your own nutritional supplement program via the internet or via health food stores, that's great. But it's so simple and it's so easy to do it when you use the longevity products. That's what Dr. Wallach's gift and longevity's gift is. It makes supplementation easy. It makes making money easy also. It's all systems. You have the Healthy Start Pack, the Bone and Joint Pack, the Brain Pack, the Blood Sugar Pack, etc. These are simple, easy to incorporate into your lifestyle nutritional supplement programs. And when it comes to making money, likewise, the systems are in place for making money. That's what longevity is really about, systems. Making it easy for folks who don't have the wherewithal or don't have the time or don't have the interest in putting together their own program or putting together their own business. Longevity makes it easy. It's not so much that you can't get the products anywhere else, with some exceptions, of course. It's just that the systems are so easy to incorporate. Anyway, EFA deficiencies are common. Eicosanoid deficiencies are common. Given their link to aging, given their link to disease, it makes sense to get yourself on your EFAs, EFA Plus, in addition to the entire Healthy Start Pack. Now, if you want to do it through diet, which is a good idea, there are sources of omega-3s and omega-6s. They're just hard to find. Omega-3s are found in seeds. They're found, flaxseed is probably the best, hemp seed also, chia seeds. are a good source of omega-3s. And then yesterday we talked about the green leafy vegetables, algae. These are good sources of omega-3s. Don't cook, though. If the more you heat your foods, I didn't say don't cook, slightly steam maybe. The more you heat your foods, the more you're going to lose your EFAs. They're very unstable, as all fats are very unstable. And you can actually turn your healthful essential fatty acids, your healthful good fats, into bad fats, into toxic fats. Most folks have heard of trans fats. The trans fats tend to be hydrogenated, but excessive amount of heat can also convert fats into carcinogenic or pro-aging compounds. When it comes to trans fats, you don't hear too much anymore about trans fats. In the next year or so, you're going to start to hear about trans fats in skincare products. There's actually a big paper that's going to be released at the Society for Cosmetic Chemists meeting I think it's next week actually in New York City, and it's going to be on trans fats in skincare. More and more literature is indicating that processed oils, hydrogenated oils, heated oils in skincare products may actually penetrate through the skin. They may actually get into the blood. You may actually be increasing your blood toxicity via application of standard skincare products. This is, I didn't know this exactly, but I always knew that heated oils were not a good thing for your skin. I always knew oils in general weren't a good thing for your skin. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be heated oils, because when a skincare company buys oils from an oil company, they're buying non-food grade oils. They're buying a degraded oil. So even before it's processed in the skincare product, the oil's already rancid. It's already oxidized. Once it's heated, if it's hydrogenated, if you see the word hydrogenated on your ingredient deck, remember you want to be an ingredient deck reader, you probably want to stay away from these things. There's no need for oil in a skincare product. People say, oh, I love the way it feels. I love the way that product feels. That's just oil you're putting on your skin. If you really, really like the way your skincare product feels, go get yourself a healthy oil, keep it in the fridge, and put it right on your skin. Coconut oil. You're not going to do much for your skin, but if you like that feel, you like the sensation of it, get your own oil. Make sure it's fresh. As I say, just common sense will tell you that heated oils, processed oils, rancid oils, oxidized oils are not a good idea to put on your skin, but now more and more literature is talking about how oils that you put on your skin in a skincare product can actually make it into your blood. As soon as I get a copy of this paper, I'll be talking about it, you can be sure. Green leafy vegetables, a good source of omega-3 fatty acids. Mix good oil with your greens. I've always said this. You always want to mix a good quality oil with your greens in your salad. Now, some folks will stay away, and I'm not going to debate that point. Some folks want to stay away from vegetable oils. That's fine. Olive oil and macadamia nut oil, etc. I think there's some value to it. But if you want to stay away from it, at least use butter or coconut oil, which tend to be more stable. You will pull out the fatty substances, including the omega-3s, out of your green leafy vegetables. This is one of the reasons why the Mediterranean diet has been so helpful, is because it combines oils with vegetables. And the combination of oils and vegetables can be very, very helpful. Make sure your oils are fresh. Make sure your oils are stored in a cold, dark place. You don't ever want to heat your oils, and you don't want them old or rancid. And as I say, coconut oil and butter that tend to be more stable. Another great source of omega-3s is eggs. Yes, eggs. Raw eggs will always give you the most nutritional bang for your buck. The less you heat your egg, the better. If you're going to process your egg or heat your egg, make sure you're poaching or soft boiling. And then I want to talk about this really cool omega-6 fat that's anti-inflammatory. We'll do that when we come back from our break and take your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Hang tight if you're on hold, and we do have lines open for you. We'll get your calls here in just a couple of seconds. I want to say a couple of things. Let's see here. GLA. I want to talk about GLA, gammalinolenic acid. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Gammalinolenic acid is the anti-inflammatory omega-6. That's why it's hard to make these kind of distinctions. They're sort of simplistic distinctions. Oh, omega-3s are pro-inflammatory, omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, because it's kind of a mixed bag. And GLA exemplifies this. GLA is not, you're not going to find GLA in a lot of foods. Borage oil is probably the best source of GLA. And then also evening primrose is good. Black currant oil. Mother's milk, breast milk, is a wonderful source of GLA. Nature has seen fit to put GLA in breast milk. If you're not breastfeeding, chances are you're not getting GLA, because it's unlikely it's going to be, if your baby's not getting GLA, because it's probably not going to be in the formula, because people don't know a lot about GLA. But boy, is that stuff amazing. And I'm telling you this as a skincare professional. I have observed the most dramatic, incredible effects from topically applied GLA for eczema and for psoriasis. I'm not telling you it's a cure, but I'm just telling you what I've observed with my own eyes. It's wonderfully anti-inflammatory. Now, your body can make it. It's not made synthetically, by the way, so you're not going to find it artificially. It's always going to be in evening primrose oil or borage oil, usually evening primrose oil. So when you buy your GLA capsules, it comes in 300, 500,000 milligram capsules. What you're getting is EPO, evening primrose oil. So you might as well just get the straight evening primrose oil and save your money. Evening primrose oil, again, is a nutritional oil that you'll have to buy as a nutritional oil. Udo's Blend. Udo's Blend has evening primrose in it, I'm pretty sure, although he may use borage, but he does use GLA. You'll get GLA in your Ultimate EFAs and your Ultimate EFA Plus. In fact, the EFA Plus has got quite a bit more GLA. But you do need a lot of GLA. So you probably, if you've got eczema or psoriasis or PMS, premenstrual syndrome, if you have a problem periods, GLA can be helpful there as well. Again, you're going to want to supplement with it in terms of just buying 1,000 milligram a day, 1,000 milligram capsule and taking one a day. Hemp seed oil's got some GLA in it, although nowhere near as much as borage or black currant. Algae, spirulina, those will also, sea vegetables in general, seaweed in general, will also have some GLA in it. One of the best ways to jack up your omega-3 production to improve the balance of omega-3s to omega-6s is to use a supplement that most of you guys have heard of, but nobody's ever talked about it as it relates to fats. And I'm talking about melatonin. Yes, it turns out that melatonin, via its ability to help the body process fats, actually has some really interesting skin health benefits. Melatonin, the stuff we take to go to sleep, actually helps in the production of, or improving the balance of omega-3s to omega-6s. And there's also a relationship between eicosanoids and melatonin. I love melatonin, man. That's one of those supplements that cost you ridiculously cheap, $5 for a month's supply or even 2 months' supply, and it's got so many wonderful benefits. We'll talk about melatonin and essential fatty acids as we continue talking eicosanoids and EFAs on our next Brightside episode. Time to the phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Mary in Michigan. Welcome to the Brightside. Mary, what's going on?
Well, I'm calling about my husband, my dear sweet husband. He's going through a lot this year. He developed cellulitis on his shin after scraping it on a concrete block.
Oh, my goodness. How old is your husband, by the way?
He will be 70 this year.
Okay. So cellulitis, for the listeners, is a bacterial infection that happens after you scrape yourself or cut yourself. It's a kind of, there's always going to be bacteria everywhere. Bacteria on our skin, bacteria in the environment, and usually when you cut yourself, that doesn't happen, or scrape yourself, that doesn't happen. However, in some people it will. You'll get this kind of infection, cellulitis infection. It's a sign that the body's immune system is stressed out. It's burnt out. It doesn't happen ordinarily. If you are getting cellulitis, there's a couple things you want to do. First of all, in the immediate sense, you're going to want to put iodine on there, or maybe colloidal silver, or some kind of antiseptic agent, right? You're probably doing that already.
Well,
okay, so that's just to kill the bacteria. But more critically, if he's 70 years old and he's got cellulitis, he's running higher risks for other health challenges. And you want to treat this as a red flag, as a warning that there's more stuff to come. Okay,
right.
Good.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Good for you. Smart. You're thinking. You're thinking ahead. That's good, Mary. Okay. So first of all, as always, where's the main source of the immune system? The headquarters for the immune system.
Your digestion.
You got it, baby. So that's what you want to do first and foremost. That means probiotics, good bacteria. In fact, probiotics can be helpful for the cellulitis. Good bacteria help protect against bad bacteria. Good bacteria in the gut fight strep and fight staph. Those are usually the bacteria that are involved with cellulitis. Right. So making sure that you're using lots of fermented food and you're on your Biolumin Nightly Essence and using fiber and also apple cider vinegar. It's not just the probiotics, it's the environment the probiotics are living in. And that's why fiber is so important. Make yourself vegetable juices. Celery juice in particular can be helpful. Beets, although they're a little bit sweet. Anything you could think of that's got lots of fiber, juice it up. And that'll help prepare the environment in the intestine for the bacteria to follow. Then you take your nightly essence, maybe 30 billion units a day, something like that. And then if you want to make your own fermented foods, that will help also. Mm-hmm. They're easy to make, fermented vegetables, that kind of thing. All the digestive stuff we always talk about. You might want to throw in some of the Fucoid Z or the Z radical. That's got immune boosting properties, and it'll help with the digestive system. Of course, the ultimate enzymes, that's going to help him process his foods.
Right.
And also, you may want to even consider ultimate enzymes on an empty stomach. Proteolytic, protein-dissolving enzymes can have some antimicrobial properties. Vitamin C is tremendously important for the immune system. I'd be doing high doses of vitamin C in addition to you are already good. In addition to the Healthy Start Pack. Topically, you might want to use zinc oxide topically to accelerate healing. Colloidal oatmeal. You can go buy colloidal oatmeal at the health food store and make your own little colloidal oatmeal mask. You can put that on top of the skin. Gelatin also on top of the skin. Yes, I'm sorry. Gelatin on top of the skin can be healing.
Okay, well, this happened, I guess about a month ago, and I didn't get worried until it got some blisters on it, and then I started using a clay poultice.
That's nice. That's a good idea.
And that seemed to be working, pulling that out. But then I think he got an irritation from the Saran wrap that I was wrapping his leg with. So anyway, he finally went to a doctor a week ago, and she said there was no cellulitis, that it was just irritation from having his leg with this poultice on it every night. I don't think that caused this, but anyway, she said,
he's healing now? Is he healing now? Is he in the process of healing now?
He's healing. He's healing, but he's itching so bad.
Colloidal oatmeal, that'll help him with the itching. Zinc oxide will also.
I don't understand colloidal oatmeal.
Go to the health food store and just get some colloidal oatmeal and make oatmeal. And instead of eating it, put it right on his skin. Or you can have oatmeal baths.
Isn't that just plain oatmeal? I mean, I've got oatmeal.
Yeah, colloidal's ground up. The particles are ground up.
Okay.
So you some of the nutrients are released that way. Aloe vera right on there will help too.
Well, one of the things that I'm having him use, which seems to give him the most relief, is calendula oil with oregano and turmeric in it.
Turmeric, yeah, turmeric. I think you meant turmeric. That'll help too.
It's an oil, so it's turmeric. But anyway.
Oh, okay, turmeric. I see what you're saying. Yes, but the curcumins and the curcumin in the turmeric, or is it the turmeric and the curcumin? The curcuminoids in the turmeric will help, no matter what the form is. Hey, Mary, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your call. I appreciate it. And then I forgot to mention blood sugar. Okay, we are back on the bright side from the journal Public Library of Science. Researchers have discovered that a component of aspirin can play a major role in improving neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Huntington's. Well, guess what? More eicosanoid activity. Turns out salicylic acid, which has been used in skincare for many years. I still make for myself salicylic acid skin peels. Salicylic acid's got some wonderful anti-aging effects. If you have an esthetician, they call them beta peels, and they can be very, very effective for dealing with acne topically. And internally, it turns out that salicylic acid, which is a derivative of aspirin, actually blocks cell death associated with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Huntington's. Salicylic acid is found in veggies. If you want to, there's no real way to get salicylic acid other than aspirin in terms of nutrient, but you can eat salicylic acid in vegetables. And now you know that salicylic acid works, of course, by eicosanoids, by modulating eicosanoids, improving the production of eicosanoids. Okay, 844-236-6010, Truth Raider, what's going on, man? How you doing, Carl?
Ladies and gentlemen, surviving the holidays, well, having constipation issues, well, I have some great tips. This is Truth Raider's Tips Edition today.
Okay.
If you're having difficulty and having the cramps, simple thing you can do without having to take any kind of medications or any type of liquids or doing anything great. You just sit down and take 2 fists, gently pound your knees and draw back. Do this for 30 seconds to a minute, and it will ease your system. Your system will react.
Say that again. You lean back and you pound your knees with your fists?
When you're sitting down, you're having cramps, and you have to go, you get constipation issues.
Okay.
Take both fists, pound the knees, and draw back.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
For about 30 seconds to a minute. My mom taught me this years and years ago. If you have constipation or cramps, that seems to ease it. But it takes about a minute to 2 minutes.
Pounding. A minute of pounding.
Yeah, not too hard, but just taking just firmly pound the top of the knees and draw up the thighs with your hand. That's.
I think, you know what? I can kind of get a sense of that. I'll have to start recommending that or use it myself next time I'm constipated.
Yes, that's how you can survive constipation during the holidays, folks.
Thank you, Truth Raider. That's your tip for the day?
That's the simple tip for the day, and I'll let you get on to other callers.
Thank you. Good to talk to you, man. Happy holidays, Carl.
You too. God bless.
All right. God bless you, too, as well. Oh, let's go to Russia. Talk to my buddy Kevin. What's up, Kevin? Welcome to the bright side, man.
Hey, man. I'm just curious. I have the Dr. Group's Survival Shield nascent iodine. I got the new one, the X2.
Okay.
Now, I'm 56, about 187 pounds, about 5'11". What's the max?
There's no max. You don't have to worry about iodine, especially nascent iodine.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to worry about it. There's no max on it, and there's no really way to know. You just basically want to go by your symptoms. If you have symptoms, and if not, just do the regular standard dose. There's no really real way to know how much of these things, how much you need. Mm-hmm. The recommended daily allowance isn't going to help you. The best way to tell is if you have a health issue, and then if you start to see your health issue changes. I know with the nascent iodine, what I've been hearing, and I hear it a lot actually, is that people get energy from it. Have you experienced? Yeah, that's what I hear the most.
I was using the original formula, the kelp-derived one, and it was pretty good results. And, I heard things on Alex Jones's show about the X2, and I said, what the heck? I tried it, and definitely...
Energy.
Definitely.
The
other one is good. This one is definitely...
Well, then here's what you want to do, Kevin, in terms of assessing the value of it or how much you need or dosing yourself. Is go by the energy, and when you plateau, I call this functional dosing. You want to dose to the point where you plateau in your results, where your results just that you don't get any better even if you take more. Does that make sense? How I explain it? So there's a dose.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you want to do that with things like probiotics and digestive enzymes and nutrients that you don't really know exactly how much to take, essential fatty acids that we've been talking about. You want to kind of go by how you feel. If you have a skin problem or you have a health problem, that's even better because then you can see how it responds. But go by how you feel. When you don't notice any increased benefits when you increase your dose, stay at that dose. You'll know you have a good dose. That's called functional dosing, by the way.
The only downside that I have is, when I'm doing my running and really fast walking, and I do it on escalators, stairs, and such as like this. I feel it in my feet, from the pounding, but the energy, I'm much faster than kids. And
that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, while I got you here, I want to get the Russian perspective for the listeners. Kevin lives in Russia. You live in Russia, right? Yeah. So what's the take on what's going on here with all the terrorism stuff and all, the thing in San Bernardino? Do you guys hear about that?
Yeah, of course I did. I got my nose to the...
Well, from a Russian perspective, what are they saying over there?
Well, they know who the enemy is, and they're really watched here. There's bad people everywhere, but I'm from New York City, and you didn't know I'm from a police family.
No, I didn't know that.
I smell criminals, and, it's in my genes, but there's bad people, and I definitely feel safer here than back home.
Ah, that's very interesting. Okay, cool. All right, Kevin, happy holidays, man. Good to talk to you.
Good to you. I'll be in touch, okay?
Appreciate it. And to have your friend call me. He hasn't called me yet.
I just reached out to him.
Okay, good. Good deal. Thank you, Kevin. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care, man. Okay, I got a call or a text message yesterday from my friend Tammy, and I thought it was kind of interesting, and it's been something I've been meaning to talk about here. She says in her text message that she has a friend who has a condition called Alopecia universalis. That's when your hair falls out, basically. And she wants to know what she can do to treat it. It's not for her, it's for a friend of hers. What to treat it. And the reason I think this is important is because we get confused by symptoms, and we confuse them with our disease, with our health issues. Our health issues are not our symptoms, and you can't take care of a symptom without taking care of the health issue. And this is so important for folks who are dealing with heart disease or Alzheimer's disease or degenerative disease or autoimmune disease to understand the distinction between a symptom and a health challenge. God takes care of the symptoms. We got to participate in taking care of the health challenge. So if you have something like, for my friend Tammy, if she has a customer who has AU, alopecia universalis, that doesn't happen in a healthy body. That happens in a body that's majorly stressed out. To the body, the hair doesn't matter. To the body, the hair is secondary. Somebody called me up yesterday, asked me about gray hair. Wanted to know why my hair is gray. I said gray hair is the first thing that goes. Why? Because the hair doesn't matter to the body, relatively speaking anyway. So it will pull the resources out from the external part of the body. So for alopecia issues, baldness issues, gray hair issues, etc., you want to consider that to be the signs of a body in distress. And our job is to find out where that distress is coming from. It's like if you have a baby. If your baby's crying, you want to figure out what's causing the distress. And it's as simple as that. Don't be bamboozled by this idea that you got to take care of your hypertension and your osteoporosis and your alopecia universalis and all these symptoms. God will take care of those. The divine force will take care of those. The body, nature will take care of those. We got to take care of whatever is stressing the body out, and that includes nutrition. It's always the same things. Nutritional deficiencies, hypoxia, lack of oxygen, accumulation of toxicity, including sugar. You guys, it's as simple as that. Now, there's mental and emotional strategies and spiritual issues. Of course, those are need to be addressed as well. But physiologically, nutrition, food, diet, digestive system, toxicity, including sugar, and a hypoxia, or making sure you're breathing correctly, practicing your slow, deep breathing, and then moving the body also is important. And then just kick back. That's how simple it is, you guys. All right, 844-236-6010. Angela in Florida, welcome to the bright side. What's up?
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Hey, good. Doing good. What's going on?
Good. I have a question related to gluten and wheat.
Yes.
I'm trying to... It's really also about my blood, and I'm feeling like wheat is possibly causing some issues with my blood or polluting it. So
Okay.
I just want to know, regarding me having like a abnormal or high bilirubin, is there a way to kind of test if the gluten or the wheat is causing
Yes.
problems with my blood?
Bilirubin, yes. Angela, bilirubin, for the listeners, bilirubin involves liver health. Elevated bilirubin involves, there's a liver problem going on. You can assume that gluten is connected. You can stop eating the gluten for a couple of months and watch what happens. There may be other things, so you may not notice dramatic results, but you can assume that gluten will throw off liver health, and that will affect bilirubin. It's an assumption you can just make. Okay, I got to move. That's the end of the program, Angela. I apologize. If you want to call back tomorrow, we'll get you first up. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You've been listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. If you're interested in checking out my Truth Treatment products, please go to truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Have yourselves an awesome, wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.